Right, last week we had 2018 Strictly champ Kevin Clifton on the show to talk through Choreography Corner. And this week, we thought we'd get another Strictly winning Clifton waiting in the wings. What a talented family, it makes me sick. Joanne Clifton! Hello, babe!
Hello!
I haven't seen you for ages!
Yeah.
I'm liking the hair.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Yeah, gone dark.
A little bit of a change.
Cool, I like it. Nothing wrong with a bit of a change. Listen, we don't need to go through your CV. You've won the show. How does it feel to be back this year?
Oh my gosh, it's just nice back being with the family. We've got the couples here, we've got all my fellow pros and you and everybody in hair and makeup. I love it.
What's she like? What's she like? Should we get into it?
Yes.
Let's start talking about it, and we're going to start with Reese and Nancy. They did the cha-cha-cha. Anton, well, Craig and Anton actually saying that, thought the cha-cha-cha section was a little bit spiky, a little bit... Did that make sense to you?
I do agree with it. But I'm going to turn it into a positive.
Go on.
Because one of the first things that you look at in a cha-cha is the straightening of your legs to criticise. Like, you have to have straight legs. And I think Nancy's really drilled him on that.
I mean, you know what Nancy's like. She is.
Oh, she'd be like, straight, cha-cha-cha. And, yeah, and that's made it look tiny bit stilted, but do you know what? The guy's got it all. I reckon he can just blend it all. He needs to blend it all together now. So if he does another cha-cha at some point, or a rumba, for example, he has to step onto a straight leg, then imagine there's a little pen on his hip and draw half a heart. So it's like forward and round to bring the foot in, and then straight and forward and round. Oh, hard in my heels.
Pen. They're good heels as well. Let's move on to Greg and Karen. They did their couple's choice.
Yeah.
It was the first one of the series as well. Only a 3 from Craig. However, Anton said, and I hope you can explain this, he's got good hands for a partner. What does that mean?
Well, yeah, I think he was talking about the lifts. They did quite a few lifts, and they were so seamless. I mean, Karen's amazing at lifts anyway, so she'll have taught him where to put his hands in order to lift her so smoothly. And at one point, he did lift her onto the shoulder. He put a hand on her inner thigh and then lifted her up, and it was so smooth. If he'd have gone a bit further out, it wouldn't have been under her body, and it would have been a bit more difficult getting her up, and also quite dangerous. But it was so moving. I was so emotional. He did the slow bits great and then went whacking into the fast bits. There's so much there, so much potential. It
was a great dance. Let's move on to Katie and Gorka. They did the jive. I mean, footwork was really the focus, wasn't it? Shirley and Motsy as well, talking about weight distribution, the foot coming down.
But it depends on which bit of the jive of the routine that you're looking at, because if you're doing like the kicks and the jive bits, yes, your weight has to be forward. If you're doing more swingy bits, you have to like pull off your partner and have your weight back. So that's what they meant. For me, fun dance. She absolutely picked it up in the dance-off, and I was really pleased about that, but needed more retraction of the legs. Let's explain that. Demo time.
Oh, she's called demo time.
Demo
Leave
time.
it out. Leave it out. Right, OK, what are we doing?
Well, in these heels, it's going to be hard, but...
In these heels, it's going to be hard.
Jive kicks, weight over the balls of your feet. OK. OK, the first thing we're going to do, it has 3 actions to it. The first thing is lift up the knee.
Lift up the knee.
The second one is bring the knee down and point the foot.
Yeah.
And then bring the knee back up, so it goes doing. So like that,
doing,
3 actions to it. Exactly, so it's like a yo-yo.
Thank you.
There you go.
Thank you.
Like a yo-yo, or if you're like on the edge of a hot tub or something and you're trying to put your toe in and it's too hot, you go, ah.
The life she leads. The life she leads. Most of us would say the bath, but no, the hot tub.
Why would you stand on the bath?
Oh, many a reason, many a reason.
All right.
Big night out. Let's move on to Adam and Katia. They did the quick step.
Yes.
Craig wasn't impressed with the frame too much.
I mean, these two are another couple who've absolutely embraced Strictly.
Who was looking at the frame? Come on!
But I do agree with him. I agree with the frame and I agree with the gapping, right? So he needs to really think of a hot cross bun.
OK.
OK, so we've got the spine, the length of the spine from the bottom of the spine to the top of the head is one line. The other one from the elbow to elbow across the arms is the horizontal line of the hot cross bun.
Right.
Gapping-wise, Anton said something really, really good, like arms forward. I would agree with it with the right arm, not the left, OK? Because the right arm needs to go around Katia so that they're more compact and he's more in control and there's less gapping. So it's basically a tuna sandwich.
A what?
So Adam's the bread.
Right.
Then you've got Katia in the middle who's a tuna. and then Adam's hand is the other bit of bread.
Right.
Okay, and you've got to keep that together. If you pull that elbow back, all the tuna's going to fall
OK,
out.
I'm going to be sick. Let's move on. Let's talk about Judy and Gratz. They did the samba. Right, Craig said technically it was a disaster.
What was he talking about?
I mean, look, yes, I understand it if you're talking about, like, execution of certain things. How can you not love this?
I wrote down in my notes, the first thing I wrote was a big yes! Like, I was like, this was amazing. The choreography from Gratz was just perfect for her. Played for the strengths. I don't agree with Craig at all. She started off doing some, like, isolations, and then she went
isolations were really... She was like, bam, bam, bam.
And then they did slow promenade runs, and you've got to be controlled, you've got to show bounce, you've got to show hip action, and she did all of that.
Yeah.
Tiny criticism. Feet turned out we need in the Latin.
So just a little bit more of that.
Think of a clock, belly button on 12, 1 foot on 5-2, 1 foot on 5 past.
And then your isolation.
And then isolation.
Yeah, there we go. Joanne, she was good, wasn't she? I think she was good. Do you want to come back tomorrow?
Oh, yes, I think I do.
She's going to come back tomorrow. It's Joanne Clifton, everyone. Right, still to come, we're going to be talking to Tilly and Nikita about how they got on at the weekend.